Section 8.3, Simple Interest. Interest is the amount of money you earn in a savings account or the amount of money you pay for borrowing money. Principal is the amount deposited in a savings account or the amount borrowed. Rate is the percent of interest changed to a decimal when calculating. This is usually given as APR, annual percentage rate. Time is the length of time. If rate is annual, time must be in years. I is the interest formula, and the formula is I equals PRT. And what that means to do is to multiply P times R times T. Example 1, deposit $2,000 in a savings account at a rate of 6%. Find the interest at the end of the first year. So the first thing we want to do is identify all the letters. Deposit $2,000 says that P equals 2,000. Rate of 6% tells us that 6% is going to get changed to a decimal by moving it 2 places to the left. Okay, remember 6% is assumed at the end, so we go 1, 2 places. Okay, T is 1 because it said the first year. Find I. So we're going to multiply P times R times T, and that will give us the interest. Using the same P and R, find interest after 2 years. So that means T is going to be 2. We're going to use the same P and R, multiply, and that will give us our interest. Using the same P and R, find interest after 2.5 years. First, we need to change that to the decimal. Half equals 0.5, so 2.5 years equals T. And multiply 2,000 times 0.06 times 2.5. Using the same P and R, find the interest after 3 years and 3 months. We have to change 3 months to a decimal part of a year. 3 months out of 12 months is 0.25. 3 divided by 12. Okay. We use 12 because 12 months equals 1 whole year. So our 3 years and 3 months is 3.25. So we multiply our P times our R times our T. And it looks like I forgot to finish that. 2,000 times 0.06 times 3.25 is 390. Okay, so the interest is 390. Future value means how much money someone will have later in time. Future value, this means we're going to deposit money into an account and we're not going to put anything else in. We're not going to take anything out. The future value is the amount deposited plus the interest earned. So the amount after time is going to be A. A is our principal plus our interest, how much money we put in plus the interest. Since I equals PRT, we can replace I. Okay, since I equals PRT, I can replace the I with PRT. Now, since they both have a P, I can take out the common factor of P, which would leave 1 plus RT. Okay, P can also be called the present value. Example, a loan of $1060 has been made at 6.5% annual rate for 3 months. Find the future value. P equals 1060. 6.5% is R, changed to a decimal is 0.065. 3 months is 3 out of 12. 3 divided by 12 is 0.25. Okay, so we're going to plug in 1060 for P. RT means multiply, the R times the T. Inside this parentheses, we do that multiplication first, okay? So we do the 0.065 times the 0.25 first, and that gives us 0.01625. We finish off inside the parentheses, so we add 1 plus that decimal, and then we multiply at the end. And we always round to cents when we're talking about money. Okay, example, you spend $4 per day, 5 days a week on coffee. How much is spent in a year? Okay, so $4 a day times 5 days a week. The days cancel. 52 weeks are in a year, so we multiply 4 times 5 times 52. Okay, the weeks cancel. So that's $10.40 per year spent on coffee. Instead of buying coffee, invest $10.40 in a savings account with an annual rate of 5%. Find the amount you have after 1 year. Okay, so $10.40 is our P. 5% rate equals 0.05. 1 year tells us T is 1. Okay, so inside this big parentheses, we have multiplication, so we do that. Then we add. Order of operations. 1 plus 0.05 is 1.05, and then multiply. Example, you borrow $2,500 from a friend. You promise to pay back $2,655. You will pay them back in 6 months. Find the rate. So A is the future value. That's how much you're going to pay back in the future. $2,500 is the amount borrowed, so that's P. 6 months out of 12 months is 0.5 years. Find R. Okay. So if we borrow $2,500 and we're paying back $2,655, that means our interest is $155. Okay, so we're going to put $155 in interest, $2,500 for P. We're trying to find R, and time is 0.5. Okay, so we multiply 2,500 times 0.5, and that's 1,250. Divide by 1,250, and that gives you your R. So our rate is 12.4%. Example, you want to have $2,000 saved for a trip. You have 2 years to save. You purchase a certificate of deposit, which is like a savings account, from your bank that pays 4% simple interest. How much should be deposited? Okay, that means we're looking for present value. So A is our future value, the 2,000 that we want in the future. Our rate, 4%, changes to 0.04. Okay, it said 2 years to save, so T is 2. And it says to find how much you need, which to deposit, which means find P, the present value. Okay. So we put 2,000 in for A. We put in 0.04 for R, 2 for T. Inside our big parentheses, we have that addition and multiplication, so we multiply first. 0.04 times 2 is 0.08. 1 plus 0.08 is 1.08. And then divide to give us P. Okay, so that means this is what needs to be deposited today. Present value. Okay, that's the end of this lesson.